Good afternoon, FAMU 28. Y'all can do better than that. Let's try again. Y'all ready to be on the hill? Hello, FAMU 28. And welcome to your freshman transition ceremony. I am Lauren May, a fourth-year mathematics education scholar hailing from the original 850, Pensacola, Florida, and it is my pleasure to address you as your Student Government Association President and FAMU Board of Trustees member. I can't believe it's been 3 years since I was sitting in your exact seats. This moment marks the beginning of an exciting journey as you join our illustrious university community. Embrace the opportunities that lie ahead and remember that we are all here to support you. I cannot wait to see the great things that you all will do. Let's make this a memorable year together. First, I would like to call up Dr. John Harris, an advisor of the School of Business and Industry, for our meditation.
Greetings, Rattlers. I stand before you this afternoon, and esteemed faculty, proud parents, and most importantly, incoming freshmen to Florida A&M University. And as we gather here today in celebration of new beginnings and bright futures, let us take a moment just to pause and reflect. And as we stand together at the threshold of a journey filled with opportunities, challenges, and growth, I invite you this afternoon just to take a moment to breathe deeply, allowing excitement and anticipation of this new chapter to fill your hearts. This afternoon, I want to take a moment just to invoke the spirit of unity and community in this place. And if you know, like I know, God is in control of all things. And this afternoon, as we embark on this academic adventure at Florida A&M University, I pray that our minds be open to learning, that our hearts be receptive to new friendships, and our spirits be driven by the pursuit of knowledge. Let us honor the legacy of those who came before us and that are paving the way for our success and inspiring us to strive for excellence. May we find the strength to overcome obstacles, embrace diversity, and foster an environment of respect and support. And as we welcome all of you, class of 28, into our family, may you be guided by wisdom and courage and commitment to service. And let us all be reminded of the power of education to transform lives and to transform communities. And this moment we pray, Father, that you will bless this ceremony, that you will continue to bless our university and bless each and every student here today. Cover us, Father, in the mighty name of Jesus. And we pray that this journey at FAMU be filled with discovery, that it be filled with inspiration, and it be filled with fulfillment. In Jesus' name, amen.
Next, we will have our greetings and welcome by none other than the man with a plan who is always for the students, our Vice President of Student Affairs, Dr. William Hudson, Jr.
Good afternoon. That's just to wake some of you up who I knew were at Potbelly's last night. Yeah, y'all didn't know we know all of that, right? We know where you are. But welcome, class of 2028. I have one question for you and everyone in the room. Are there any rattlers in the house? Absolutely, absolutely. So I want to bring greetings and welcome. I first want to take a point of personal privilege and thank everyone involved with this event. This is a very important event because it is a milestone for you. Tomorrow, we start the business of educating you academically. And we know that you will leave here with a great respect for this institution. And as our interim president says, with the nurturing to give back to this institution when you leave. Today is a special journey. Everyone's not able to attend FAMU, We received over 20,000 applications. You are the chosen few. Our faculty and staff stand ready to assist you with your needs, but we need you to help us as well. We welcome you to our wonderful campus. We welcome you to the family. And as a family, we have to take care of each other. Taking care of each other does not mean always agreeing. There are going to be some disagreements. There are going to be some discussions. But as family does and family does, we will make it through. We will get you to where you want to be and where you need to be in your life. We're going to prepare you for a global economy. This group that's sitting before you are a very talented group, very knowledgeable, and have national recognition for all that they've done and the students and alumni that they've put out into our communities. This is a special time. You are a special group, and we welcome you to FAMU. Thank you.
Next, it is my honor to introduce our interim university president, Dr. Timothy Beard. His professional profile epitomizes an individual who has fully realized his potential in education and community service. A native of Port St. Joe, Florida, and an honor graduate of Port St. Joe High School, Dr. Beard began his academic journey right here on the campus of Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University in 1980. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to our interim university president, Dr. Timothy Beard.
Good afternoon. To our new Rattlers, faculty, staff, guests, fellow students, and ladies and gentlemen. Let me say thank you first to one of my 13 bosses, Madam President of our SGA, Trustee Lauren May. And let me say congratulations to you, our freshman class, let me say senior class of 2028. I just know you will have an outstanding year leading the best student body in the world. And I want to welcome you to Florida Agricultural Mechanical University. I just believe that when it gets to success, success equals when preparation meets opportunity. You have an opportunity to change the world. But let me first say you can't do it alone. This is the first day of the rest of your life. You have embarked on this incredible journey here at FAMU, in which we call the highs of 7 hills. They say that wisdom comes with age. But like so many rattlers who came before you, you are already beyond your years of maturity and insight. You could have attended any college in America, but you chose FAMU. And we are thankful. We welcome you to this Highs of 7 Hills. We have been, listen to this, preparing and waiting for you for nearly 137 years. See how special you are? Many years ago, I think around 44 to be exact, I sat where you are sitting this afternoon. As an 18-year-old from a little small town called Port St. Joe, about maybe an hour and 45 minutes from here, we made a decision to come to this institution. That decision transformed my life. My FAMU education transformed my life beyond my wildest dream. I have spent nearly 4 decades, really over 4 decades, in higher education. Recently, 7 months ago almost, we retired as the 4th president of Pasco Hernando State College as president emeritus, and they thought so much of me, they named the library after yours truly. I believe that my ascension to such high level represents the testimony that this institution allowed my life to have. But today is not about me, it is about you. You belong in a very select group. Your grade point average, listen to this, is a cumulative 3.93. Your standardized test scores, that's worthy of a hand clap. Your combined average standardized test scores are about the 70th percentile, meaning that you scored better than 70% as a group than all students who took these tests over the last year. When you compare yourself to your African American peers across the country, you are in the 80th percentile. That's very impressive company. Those numbers tell me that you are talented and have already done some hard work. You are more than capable of doing the work that will enable you to graduate, listen to this, in 4 years. Let me say 4 years. Come on, freshmen, let me say 4 years. Thank you. Or less from the provost. Today is about the wealth of possibilities that lay before you. Grasp them with both of your hands. And as it has been echoed over the years from Dr. Larry Robinson to Dr. James Ammons to Dr. Humphreys and other presidents, Walter Smith, good things happen every day here at FAMU. Every day we strive as a team to make sure excellence with caring is preserved. And let me just also add, if you don't graduate, I think the onus is on us as president, faculty, staff, administrators. I often said in my previous roles, we failed you somewhere along the line. So we're going to put it back on us to say we owe it to you to invest in your future by making sure we have quality services and a great love for our students. A lot of meticulously activities have been planned. I want to thank Dr. Hudson, who's oversees this particular division of student affairs, who have put on this great show today and also have assisted you this past week in your moving activities. Take it all in. Remember the true prize for your journey here, and the true reward is attainment of your degree. I used to tell students in other roles that I had was one of the keys to your success in higher education is to learn how to balance pleasure with business. Study hard during the week. Take some time to yourself, maybe that Friday night, maybe a little bit that Saturday, but you've got to balance that with business. Remember this. We cannot be fam, listen to this, we cannot be fam, F-A-M, without you. And protecting the family is of utmost importance to us. This is an exciting time in the life of this great university. And let me echo, you're going to hear this a lot, but you have an honors to ensure that these numbers remain where they are. FAMU is the highest ranked public historically black college and university for the 5th consecutive year according to the U.S. News and World Report. We're ranked 3rd among all HBCUs. We're ranked, and this is a big deal, number 91 out of all at least 100 public institutions. Let me say this, out of thousands of public universities, we're number 91 in the top 100, and that's a big feat. Also a great accomplishment because of our great deans, our faculty, and our staff and administrators. Let's give ourselves a hand, give you a hand for that great work. We're number 21 in what we call social mobility. And what this means is that we change the lives of students to such a great degree that means so much in your adjusting to life away from home. Your degree from this institution will be the key to unlocking the promises of opportunity. And I said earlier, success is where preparation meets opportunity. You have an opportunity to change the world. You might even wonder about the best fields of study here at FAMU. My answer is all fields are important. Your aspirations and dreams will be nurtured here. FAMU will empower you to reach the heights you've envisioned and much, much more. We also like to say you can get anywhere, or you can get there, wherever there is, from here. Take a moment, if you will. Look to your left. Come on, look to your left. Look to your right. You're going to need your peers. Come on, look at them real good. They don't look as good as you, but look at them real good. I thought that would get a laugh. I understand. But you're going to need your peers. I often tell students, be willing to come out of your shell in college, at the university. Talk to people that may not look like you. Talk like you. These are the individuals who can help prepare you to your greater destiny in life. FAMU's core focus is for you to accomplish your goals. You are the leaders of tomorrow. And I want to say that we support, endorses the Board of Governors' statement that says, free expression and expect open-minded and tolerant civil discourse to occur throughout the campus community. You should feel free to express your opinions about anything, but equally willing to hear the thoughts of those whom you might disagree with. FAMU and other HBCUs have championed or champions of better lives for tomorrow. HBCUs have educated, listen to this, a substantial proportion of black professionals, including doctors, judges, engineers, business leaders, contributing immeasurably to the very social and economic fabric of our nation. Can you imagine Florida? At least I can. I cannot. Can you imagine Florida without FAMU? I agree, no. Despite making up 3% of all higher education institutions, this is important, HBCUs educate 10% of all black students, almost 20% of all scientists, folk in technology, engineering, and mathematics, we refer to as STEM degrees, are earned by black graduates at our HBCUs. 80% of all black judges, 50% of all black doctors, 50% of all black lawyers enroll in HBCUs. HBCUs are the top institutions of origin for blacks who achieve their PhD. The evidence and the record, they both speak for themselves. It's a place of learning. It is a catalyst for economic success. The opportunities and skills you gain here will set the stage for a prosperous future. In conclusion, as you embark upon your journey, follow the FAMU way. Remember that you are part of a legacy of excellence, resilience, and progress. Let's work together to make the academic year one filled with accomplishments, growth, self-discovery, and unforgettable lifelong memories. And I believe we started last night. Who all was in Atlanta last night? Okay, more than I thought. Did not we strike, and strike again? Let me just say that there are three things I want you to understand as I close. And I'm going to keep echoing this. There are three things that are very important that you understand if you're going to be successful. You must understand that you're here to learn. You can't do this by yourself. You need others to help you. You're here to learn. Number two, after you learn, you depart to earn. E-A-R-E-N. How many of us like making money? But the last one is perhaps the most important one. After we have invested in you, planted seeds of success in you, you have a responsibility to do what? Return. Let me say return. Come back and give back. And that means money. I have two daughters who finished from FAMU recently, one in pharmacy in 2018, one in healthcare management in 2020, and a son-in-law who finished in engineering in 2018. They are indebted to this institution as I am to return, to give back. So finally, as I close, you will go through some tough times. But how many of us know that tough times don't last, but tough people do? Life is about success. But all success is, in the words of one of our great alumnus, an All-American here in football, Dr. Jomo Cousin. He says in his book that success is going from one failure to the next without giving up. So when dark clouds gather on the horizon, when thunder and lightning pierce the sky, when faith is a glare in the eye of a fallen rattler, and hope is a lost friend, when the sinews of the chest grow weary from those hard charging linebackers, and the legs grow tired from those hard charging running backs, we must always remember that the rattlers will strike again. Welcome to FAMU, our freshman class of 2028.
Thank you, President Beard. At this time, I would like to take a point of personal privilege to introduce the hardworking student leaders of this university. First, I would like to recognize my Vice President, Dakari Williams, a fourth-year psychology scholar from Macon, Georgia, and the entire Student Government Association. Please stand to be recognized. Next, I would like to recognize the 118th Miss Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, Kaylin Thompson, and the 25th Mr. Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, Omari Rashid, and the entire 2024-2025 FAMU Royal Court. So next, we will have Dr. Allison Watson. She has been an integral part of our university's leadership, bringing a wealth of experience in academic excellence, student success, and innovative thinking. Dr. Watson has been a pivotal figure at FAMU since 2019, initially serving as the Dean of the College of Education. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dr. Allison Watson, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs.
Well, good afternoon. You all look absolutely fantastic. President Beard, I am so thankful for the words that you gave our class, and I know that you could not come up with the great leadership and the great experiences that you have delivered in this great state without a wonderful woman by your side. And so I would like to have the audience welcome our interim First Lady, Ms. Wendy Beard, who is here to support our class and to support her husband. Thank you. I also would like to acknowledge our Chief Operating Officer, Dr. Donald E. Palm III. Thank you. And esteemed members of the dais. We would not be here had it not been for collaborative efforts, not only with academic affairs and student affairs, but specifically with the Office of Freshman Studies. Dr. Jennifer Collins has served as the Associate Provost in Academic Affairs and worked with our faculty, our advisors, our support staff, all throughout both academic and student affairs. So at this time, I would like all members of academic and student affairs who are here to support this event, which includes our peer coaches, our peer mentors, our academic advisors, and the esteemed faculty who will teach all of you, to please stand and be recognized. Now, what we want you to know, freshmen, is that we are here to support you in every sense of the word. And when I introduce these deans, if you represent the colleges and schools that I talk about, I want you to give a big cheer as I get through them. And then I will have the dean stand and wave, because at Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, we are approachable. You may not know what the word provost means, but I'll break it down. I'm the chief academic officer, and that means that we all care about your academic success. And when President Beard talked about finishing in 4 years, all of us around this auditorium are here to ensure that you do that. Student success is our high priority. And so, for the freshmen that are here, that will cultivate the field of tomorrow and innovate in food sciences, you are represented by the College of Agriculture and Food Sciences, led by Associate Dean Dr. Neil James. Dr. James, will you stand? And anyone that is in the College of Agriculture and Food Sciences, I want to hear you. Okay, I know we have at least 325 of you, so I know you're shy. We'll talk about you soon. All right, good. For those of you who, like me, inspire and shape the minds of the next generation, you represent the cornerstone of Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, the College of Education, led by Dr. Sarah Price, who is the dean. Let me hear it from the education majors. All right, for the problem solvers, the future engineers who will design technologies for tomorrow, we have the FAMU FSU College of Engineering, represented by Dean Serranu Zay at your helm. Okay, thank you. We hear you, engineers. For the environmental stewards who will protect our planet, the School of the Environment is guided by none other than Dr. Victor Ibanusi, who will equip you to make a difference. For the pharmacists and the public health leaders who will safeguard our health, the College of Pharmacy, Pharmaceutical Sciences, Institute of Public Health is led by Dr. Johnny Early. For the College of Science and Technology, the scientists and technologists, physicists, and others who will explore unknown and push boundaries of discovery, the College of Science and Technology, we have a stand-in with Dr. Lewis Johnson, who serves as the Associate Provost. For the conscious of the academy, the artists, thinkers, social sciences who will shape culture, society, and the future, the College of Social Sciences, Arts, and Humanities, led by Dr. Valencia Matthews. And for those of you who are dedicated to healing and improving the quality of life, even through physical therapy, we have the School of Allied Health Sciences, led by Dr. Mary Simmons, where you will find your calling. For the future architects and engineers who will design the landscapes and structures of our future, the School of Architecture and Engineering Technology is led by Dean Andrew Chin. For the business leaders, moneymakers, entrepreneurs who will drive the global economy, the School of Business and Industry is led by Dr. Shantae Friday Stroud. For those of you who will care for the sick, heal and help doctors, we have the School of Nursing, Historical School of Nursing, led by Dean Shannon Smith. for our storytellers, journalists, communicators that shape public perception and convey the truth through journalism, we have the School of Journalism and Graphic Communication under the leadership of Dean Myra Lowe. And not mentioned here today or not present here today represents those who will champion justice and uphold the law in our College of Law in Orlando, Florida, led by Associate Provost and Interim Dean Cecil Howard, who is ready to guide your path as soon as you finish your four-year degree. We also have, for those of you who aspire to advance your education and become experts in your fields, the School of Graduate Studies and Research is led by Dr. Michael Abazinge, and he is here to guide you from your bachelor's to your PhD across every college and school. I don't see our Dean of the Library, but I want you to know that for late night study sessions, it is the longest open building on campus. For research, the place where knowledge is at your fingertips and books are your pavilion, the FAMU Coleman Library is led by Dean Faye Watkins. And just like I, give them all a hand, please. Just like I spoke about First Lady Beard, the wind beneath my wings, my own very husband is here, somewhere in the building, but I like to acknowledge him. I look forward to serving as your Chief Academic Officer, and you're going to have an awesome year, class of 2028.
Thank you, Provost Watson. Next, we will have Dr. Shonda Bernardin, Associate Professor of the FAMU FSU College of Engineering, who will introduce our keynote speaker.
Good afternoon, FAMU Rattlers, and welcome to the Hill. My name is Dr. Shonda Bernardin. I'm the Google Endowed Professor of Electrical and Computer Engineering here at the Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, seated on the highest of 7 hills in the beautiful city of Tallahassee, Florida. It is truly an honor and a privilege to introduce your keynote speaker. I have known this person for over 10 years, and he is the embodiment of authenticity and leadership in every sense. He is a person who is passionate about the development of others, whether spiritually, emotionally, or authentically. He is truly an innovative reconciler who seeks to empower people and the world to tear down walls and to build bridges. Adrian Crawford is a skilled entrepreneur with a passion for people, specifically helping unlock authenticity in the world. He weaves his experience as a parent, athlete, entrepreneur, and pastor to evoke new ideas and perspectives. Adrian inspires, builds, and leads organizations designed to build and facilitate diverse, empowering cultures. Guided by the fundamental belief that everyone has a purpose in life, he inspires purpose across people, spaces, places, and time, shifting the very constructs of latent and complacent systems. Currently, Adrian is a visionary and founder of New Rules Collective, a company dedicated to unlocking authenticity and building lasting impact. New Rules Collective takes top executive teams, startups, organizations, and universities through a customizable 4-tiered process to aid in building authentic culture and distinguished leaders. Throughout his career, he has established numerous startups. In 2007, he founded Game Speed Basketball, a high-level skill development company, which he sold in 2018. He also founded Equal Shot Incorporated, formerly known as Game Speed Nation, whose mission is to launch resilient leaders and creative problem solvers through athletic development, leadership development, and skill acquisition. Adrian is a founder and pastor of Engaged Church, an 11-year-old church that is the top 5% of growing churches in the nation and remains politically, economically, and racially diverse. Additionally, he serves as the character coach for the FSU men's basketball team. As a connector, Adrian uses his creativity, fueled by a passion for people and the community he serves, to connect people in meaningful ways. This results in impact and resolution across various businesses within the diverse cultural landscape of his city, Tallahassee, Florida, and beyond. FAMU Rattlers, administrators, faculty, friends, distinguished guests, please join me in welcoming our speaker of the hour, the most authentic leader I know, and my pastor, Adrian Crawford.
All right, what's happening? Let me see if I can get this fixed, all right? Because I'm a hands talker, so this is going to be really difficult. Like, I use rapper hands whenever I talk, so if I knock this microphone, y'all have to forgive me, all right? And so I'm excited to actually be with you. And what I want to do is this, is that I believe life is incredibly short. I believe that we don't have a lot of time, and so I don't want to waste your time today. You've been getting incredibly encouraged today by this incredible staff. Dr. Beard, thank you so much for having me. But what I want to do today is actually wake you up, okay? And so if we're all good, just put your seatbelt on. We're going to go for a ride for a little bit. It's going to be fine, all right? But what I want you to do is this. I want to try to give you, if I was sitting in your chair, what I wish somebody would tell me. I spent a lot of my time working with startups and working in high tech and seeing the future of actually where the world's going. And you all have to come to this place that you're going to be entering into, though this is an incredible time, you're going to be entering into one of the toughest job markets when you're done here. So what's going to distinguish you? And I want to actually talk to you about that today. But to do that, I actually got to tell you a little bit of a story. It was going into my junior year of college, and I was actually invited to go work at camp. And the camp I was invited to go work, Florida State, us being a Nike school. This camp was run, and there was Michael Jordan's camp. Oh, here we go. Appreciate you, fam. There you go. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, here we go now. And so I was working this camp, and I was trying to go to Michael Jordan's camp, and I'm like, all right, you guys don't understand. Like, I'm a Michael Jordan stan, okay? I know like LeBron stans are in here, and y'all are delusional of thinking he's the GOAT. Even though I'm from Akron, Ohio, and I know him, like he's good, that's my man. But I'm a Michael Jordan stan, okay? And like Michael Jordan stans, like we're irrational. I get it. So you have to understand when they're asking me that I get to work Michael Jordan's camp because they're bringing some of the top basketball players in the country in there to work his camp. Like that's Black Jesus. Like I get to work Black Jesus's camp. That's what we called him. And so when you do that, like, I'm working this camp, so I show up there, and the aura is what the aura is. I'm telling you, you get around Michael Jordan, you're like, yo, he's just different. It's like a glow around this dude. And so he walks in, and this is right after they had won his 6th championship, so he hadn't touched the basketball since. So he would be there during the camp, but he actually would work out and play with us at night. And so, man, on the court, Michael Jordan, what are we going to do? My whole life, I wanted to be Michael Jordan. So much so that if you looked at my room growing up, my entire back wall was from top to bottom, Michael Jordan. Posters, videos, posters, pictures, everything, all top to bottom. I mean, there was even a song that they made from a Gatorade commercial. Sometimes I dream that he is me. I'm not going to sing because I don't got the vocals, okay? But it was like sometimes I dream that he is me. Sometimes I dream that's who I want to be. Now, that's who I'm standing in front of. And so I'm excited. And so I'm like, man, we get to play with Mike tonight. And you have to understand this about him too. He he talks real he talks real crazy to us. So he's talking to us and he's looking at us and we asked him, like, you playing with us tonight? He's like, why? And we looked at him like, because we want to get up and down. He's like, ain't nobody here going to stop me. And I'm like, oh, what are you going to say back to Michael Jordan? Yeah, we are. You know, and one of my friends actually said that. He looked at him and said, he's like, Mike, all that fading away you be doing, you ain't gonna do that tonight. And Mike looked at him and said, young fella, if you can stop me, then there are 29 other NBA teams looking for you. And then we moved on from there, right? So now, here's what happens. He walks out to play. This has been a dream of mine, to play on the floor with Michael Jordan. And to be really honest, here's what happens next. It was one of the most disorienting experiences of my life. My entire life, what did I want to be? I wanted to be like Mike. And in that moment, I'm looking at Mike, and I'm looking at myself. You have to understand, I was one of the top 25 basketball players in the country. You have to understand, like, I actually really worked hard at my game. But I looked at him, and I'm watching him, and I realized it does not matter how much I work. or how hard I pray or manifest or whatever, I will never be that good. And you understand how humbling that is. Like you've worked your whole life to be like this guy, and I'm standing in front of him, and I realized in that moment that I was living not in reality. And here's what I want to tell you. Some of you are not living in reality. Here's why. All of you in this room think you're going to be the next Jared Lorenzo. Will Packer, whoever you want, Oprah, whoever. And what's going to happen is this. A lot of you are going to live disillusioned in your life. Many of your generation, you guys are drunk on potential. But potential don't pay bills, production does. Potential pays no bills, only production. Because let me ask you, by a show of hands, I want you to participate with me. By a show of hands, how many of you ever heard that adage, you can be anything you put your mind to? Raise your hand. That's some of the dumbest advice I've ever heard. And I'm sorry if you said that. And I know your mom told you and your grandmama told you that you can be the best you want to be. Baby, just put your mind to it. You can do anything. I'm about to prove that to you. You can't. How many of you, by a show of hands, have ever watched a horse race? Anybody ever seen a horse race before? Anybody ever seen a horse jockey? Horse jockeys on average are 4'11". They weigh less than 120 pounds. I don't care how hard I pray. I would never win the Kentucky Derby. So I can't do anything I put my mind to. And why do I tell you that? It's because so many times in life, I go around and I see people disgruntled, dissatisfied, struggling in life. It's because they're trying to be something they've never been meant to be. That you weren't hardwired to do it because your whole generation, and I love you, and again, I believe in you. That's why I'm actually here. You all have been told how special you are, and you are. But also, let me tell you this, most human beings, including myself, we regular. And nobody really wants to hear that. But here's the reason why. When you start to realize you're ordinary, you'll be willing to do the work to become extraordinary. You'll be willing to actually do the hard work, to actually face reality. We are living right now in the greatest leadership crisis in the history of our country. Statistically, the greatest leadership crisis. The lowest it's ever been belief in actual public service of people believing in governmental leaders. The lowest percentage it's been of people believing in corporate leaders. 11% of CEOs right now, only 11% believe they have the leaders in their organization to help them in the future. It's the greatest leadership crisis. But here's the thing, you have an opportunity right now in these next 4 years to change that. To actually become men and women who actually grow and actually become leaders. And here's why this is important. Michael Jordan, how do we pull Mike up? Shout out to the tech team for doing that. That had nothing to do with me. They need Dr. Beard, they need a raise for doing all that because I didn't even show them that. That's the GOAT, by the way, all right? So now, let me get back to it. Now, here's the deal. Do you understand and why this is so important? It's because these next 4 years are some of the most important 4 years of your life. In life, you only get certain big moments. They're not all the time. And these 4 years is an incredibly big moment. Do you know that 30% of you, or a third of you, will meet your spouse here? And I already saw some of y'all, when the doctor told y'all look to the left or the right, some of y'all, listen, homeboy, some of y'all was real creepy because y'all was looking way too long. Look to your left and y'all was staring. I'm like, oh, chill. So listen, a third of you will meet your spouse here. 60% of you will actually meet your best friends here. I know, it's so sweet. here's the other thing. But in you guys meeting that, this is a moment, and this moment's going to create a movement. The question is, what kind of movement does it create? And if I could leave you with one thing, it's this. I need for you for the next 4 years to interrogate reality. See, to interrogate something is a thorough questions to actually find the truth. And what many of you need to begin to do is this. Are you willing to interrogate reality of actually who you are? Not who you think you are, because here's the problem. We've all been told that authenticity is whatever I feel, whatever what's in me, and whatever I want to pull out, that's who I am. It's not who you are. Do you understand how many times I go to Publix and like that long line to get a chicken tender sub? In a moment, I feel some type of way. I want to hurt people. Can y'all speed this up, please? I can't react on my feelings all the time. How you feel is not actually who you are. Your life is speaking to who you are. The question is, many of us don't want to listen to what it's telling us. And you have to interrogate reality. And here's how you're going to have to do that. It's real simple. There's two things. One, you got to be willing to dive into understanding self-awareness. Self-awareness is just a conscious understanding of your feelings, your emotions. And I know if I ask all of y'all in this room, are you self-aware? Everybody would raise your hand. But working in companies, we poll people, we do a lot of surveys. And normally in the companies that we work with, less than 25% of the people actually are self-aware. So I believe less than 25% are actually self-aware. They actually have an understanding of why you do what you do and actually who you are. And it matters. Because if you don't do this in the world that we're actually heading in, those who are self-aware will be those who are the most valuable because they actually are going to bring the most value. When you know who you are, especially in a changing market, you produce the most. And so you have to understand, who are you? Why are you in the career and the major that you're in? Is it because mom and dad want you there? Is it because you're still trying to prove somebody wrong? Why are you doing what you're doing? Are you willing to be aware? Are you willing to go and look at reality? See, I go back to my story of Michael Jordan is this. That moment I was just, what happened? Oh, you don't like Michael Jordan? All right, cool. LeBron, okay, fine. So I go back to the story. But I'm not going to talk about him, all right? I'm going to talk about me in this moment. So here's the thing, going back to the story is this. Remember I told you I was disoriented sitting there watching this? And in being disoriented sitting there watching him, here's what happened. I didn't realize in that moment that that would be one of the greatest gifts that God would ever give me. I was so disoriented because that's all I wanted to be. But what I realized in that moment was that I started asking myself this question, why do I feel the way that I feel? And see, that was the beginning of a journey of actually God unlocking my superpower. And my superpower is simply this. It is to actually go into places and spaces and help people actually become authentic. Let me tell you this. I walk into corporations across the country. I sit in rooms with people who their annual salary is over $20 million. And let me tell you this. I will say whatever to them. Because when I walk into the room, I believe this because I know I'm self-aware. I know my superpower. I believe when I'm operating my superpower, I'm the baddest man out there. And some of you, you need to find that superpower. But let me tell you this, your superpower may not get you 1 million followers. Your superpower may not make you millions of dollars. But actually your superpower will let you live a life you actually will enjoy. The second thing as part of being authentic is this, you got to become resilient. Resilience is simply this, it's just snapping back, it's facing external pressures and snapping back to your original form. Resilience is not just what you can withstand, it's actually coming back to actually who you are. And some of you right now, you struggle to actually be resilient. We think resilience is just if I could just withstand pain, and it's not that. Resilience is actually this ability that where if I get stretched, I can come back to my original form. I close with this of how your superpower and finding this, why you're here, to go and look at reality and find the authentic part of you. as I tell the story of my son. I have 3 kids. I've been married now for 23 years. And I got lucky. I married a woman who is, she is phenomenal. And here's what happened. We have 3 kids. I have a son, I have 2 daughters. My son Jalen was born, he was 9 months old. And all of a sudden he stopped talking. Just stopped, everything. There was no more development. And so we get him tested. And as we get him tested, they say, yeah, your son's on the spectrum. And so as a parent, you're sitting there wondering, what did I do wrong? And so my wife, being the rock star she is that she was a dancer. She traveled across the world. And in that moment, she paused her career to take care of him, to sit on the floor and play with him and take him to therapy for 36 hours a week. And what I started to realize, I was asking God one day, I'm like, God, what did I do wrong? And what he began to say is like, listen, I've taught you to write the rules. I've told you to unlock authenticity, and I've given you him as a gift. And so you're going to use that skill to help him. And so for the next several years, it's just working with him, to now see him being a high-functioning individual. He's playing basketball at Florida State, to do all this stuff. Here's the reason why I tell that. God will use your superpower not only for your life and what's there, but for your family in the future. I need for you to understand this. And I close with this. I believe so much in your generation. I believe your generation is really going to shake the world. But it's going to be those who actually know who they are. When I learned not to be like Mike and I actually learned how to be myself, the world began to change. And I want the world to change for you. And as I close, they said that I'm a pastor. I am a pastor. And I have read this. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. One thing about being a pastor, especially as a black man in the South with a multi-ethnic church, is that during political season, it gets a little bit rough. So pray for your boy, all right? But what I want to do is this. I want to pray over you. And I'm going to pray over you something I've prayed over my kids every single night. And so if you'll bow your heads before we close, I'm going to pray this over your life. May the Lord bless you and protect you. May the Lord smile on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord show you his favor and give you his peace. Father, I thank you for these incredible men and women. And God, as they go forth in this next chapter of their lives, I pray that you would bless them. I pray that you would wake them up to the reality of who they are. But once they find that they would run and they would be reckless with how they run toward the future. I pray that in these next 4 years that this is going to be a moment, but I pray that it would create a movement. We love you and we honor you. It's in the wonderful name of Jesus we pray. Amen and amen. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, sir.
I'm a little challenged in the height area, so I had to bring it down a little bit. But next, we will have our Strike Forward pledge given by Ms. Gabrielle Darbo. Please give her a hand as she comes.
Greetings, I am Gabrielle Darbo, a second-year Doctor of Pharmacy candidate from Miami, Florida, and I work with the Office of Freshman Studies, and today I have the honor of leading the Strike Forward Pledge. Freshman students, may you please stand. Students, repeat after me. As a member of the Florida A&M University community, I will strive for service, seeking opportunities to serve in the FAMU community, tenacity, taking the actions necessary to remain both physically and mentally healthy, respect, understanding the unique views and life experiences of others and treating others with respect and dignity. Integrity, upholding the highest levels of personal and academic honesty. Responsibility and integrity. Keen ambition. Remaining focused on the academic pursuits that brought me to FAMU. By making decisions that align with my goals. Excellence. Upholding and embodying the FAMU motto, excellence with caring. By endorsing these common principles, I aspire to become a contributing member and a leader in the FAMU community. This commitment is my promise to myself, Florida A&M University, and its community of scholars. You may be seated. After the alma mater is played, we will be taking a picture, so please stay seated.
So next, we will have the actual pinning ceremony facilitated by our Dean of Students, Dean Spell. Please give him a hand as he comes as well.
All right, good early afternoon, everyone, early evening. How's everyone doing? All right, we're transitioning towards the end. I know you guys are ready, but let me give you a little bit of advice, then we're going to get to the good stuff. All right. Starting college is an exciting and transforming experience. It marks the beginning of a new chapter in one's life. And so you are now being welcomed into a community that fosters learning, independence, self-discovery, and a true family. I am Bomani Spill, Associate Vice President of Student Affairs and your Dean of Students. My position allows me to serve as in loco parentis, which is Latin for the local parent. But in this family, I serve more like an uncle to the students. So as I explain the roles of a few of your family members, take deep notes on how it pertains to you. I'm giving you some tea, so make sure you understand. All right? As your uncle, I'm the one that long ago went down the wrong path, but I was fortunate to make my way to college where I met mentors who guided me to my present career. So because of these experiences, I'm the uncle who will fight and advocate for each of you. I will celebrate each of your successes, and I will solve school-related problems while ensuring you enjoy your experience at FAMU. But those same experiences shape me not to accept excuses from students I do not tolerate your earful. But in the end, he will still help you. He's the ultimate FAMU. Dr. Allison Watson is the hardworking, overachieving auntie that put her head down when she was a student and her priorities were academic and career success. She expects nothing but the best from each of you and has attracted a world-class faculty to help mold each of you to be the best. Her work ethic is unmatched. She consistently works to have our academics on the cutting edge, so that when each of you graduate, you will be the best in your chosen field. She will not settle for mediocrity, so neither can you. Now, we have the patriarch of our family, President Beard. He is extremely successful head of the family. He's the one who empowers and guides each of us and gives us resources to bring to each of you so you can be the best school in the land. The #1 public HBCU, FAMU. Now, President Beard is here at FAMU not because he needs to be, because he has already navigated an extremely successful career in higher education. He is here because FAMU is his family, a true rattler who wants to guide and shape young minds. It is an honor and privilege to work and learn under his tutelage. So I hope each of you embrace the opportunity to learn from such a visionary. Now, lastly, you have over 100,000 plus cousins who will offer advice, resources, and open doors for each of you. You will meet these cousins, our FAMU alumni, at homecoming this year. I challenge each of you to get to know as many as possible. Find those in the careers that you aspire to be in. Make connections, ask for internship opportunities, and gain valuable insight. Your cousins will always make themselves available for you. Do not waste this opportunity to network. Now, we're at the point in the program that we're going to do our transition ceremony. I need each of you to stand, please, one more time. Do you guys have your pens? All right, please remove them from the plastic. Yeah, put the plastic, yes, please. Put the plastic in your pocket or your purse. Don't leave it here. Let me know when y'all ready. You ready? No? Take your time. All right, y'all look good. All right, place the pen on either your right lapel, on your chest, or your dress strap. If you need help, please ask your neighbor for assistance. Y'all let me know when y'all ready. We good? All right, now we're going to recite the Rattler Oath. So please repeat after me. My head shall always be held high, not to boast or brag, but knowledge of my ancestry, full of kings and queens, residing on the highest hill that is FAMU. My hand shall never cease to work to preserve the blood, sweat, and tears my forefathers shed. My heart shall never cease to love and care for my fellow man, my family, and my community. I am the head. I am the hand. I am the heart. I am a FAMUan. And in the field, I shall be great. Now I have one question for you guys. What do you represent? All right. President Beard, Provost Watson, Vice President Hudson, I hereby present to you the class of 2028. You may be seated.
Hold it. Thank you. In closing, many of you will be homesick in a few weeks. When I dropped my daughter off here about 11 years ago, she became very homesick. In order to deal with that homesickness, you're going to keep hearing the same things over and over again, such as when dark clouds gather on the horizon, when thunder and lightning pierce the skies, when faith is a glare in the eyes of a fallen rattler, and hope is a lost friend, when the sinews of the chest grow weary from those hard-charging linebackers, and the legs grow tired because of the hard-charging running backs. The class of 28 must always remember that the Rattlers must strike again. Blessings to you, class of 2028.
Now we'll do the alma mater. Class of 2028, we expect you to learn this by heart. You have 1 year to get that done, and you will be tested. Alma mater, please. All right. Please remain standing, but I have a question because as I travel around, I get a lot of other institutions comparing themselves to FAMU.
All right.
And our motto this year, after our alma mater, and we're going to surprise people at homecoming and other places, is really that they're not like us. So let me hear you say it. They're not like us. They're not like us. They're not like us. All right. So y'all ready? We're going to practice that one time. You ready upstairs? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? They're not like us. 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 All right, so now we're gonna do the picture. But remember, after the alma mater, after you learn it, word for word, without reading it, this is gonna be the mantra, all right? So now we're gonna do a group picture. So please stay standing so we can get the pictures and then we'll let you be on your way. How many of you already know where your classes are? Good. So nobody should be late to class. Faculty, y'all saw that, right? Nobody should be late for class. All right, we're gonna come down and get the pictures with the students.
One last announcement before y'all take your picture. I just want to remind you all to be back here Friday at 10 a.m. for the President's Convocation. Following that will be the President's Ice Cream Social and as well as the Student Government Association Crab Boil. So we have a lot of festivities this Friday. Yes, crab boil, you heard me, the crab legs, the corn, the potatoes. So yes, please make sure to be here.
Yes, sir. Good job.
Just tell the students to stay where they are.
Students, please stay in your seats until the picture is over. Thank you.
That was a good voice. Yes.
Check, check, check. How y'all doing? My name is Dakar Williams, SJ Vice President. CAB is having a kickback in the Rattlers Den at 7 p.m. Kickback, 7 p.m. Rattlers Den. Yes, sir.
Do they have food? I don't know.
School does start tomorrow.